Adoption of 17 Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) by United Nations member states, including Nigeria, analysts have shown significant interest in assessing the level of commitment by member states to their early domestication. In the spirit of the 2030 Agenda, a joint committee of the National Assembly recently demonstrated their commitment by playing host to stakeholders in a high-level meeting targeted at addressing the cross-cutting issues of inequality. We bring you the report from our studios.
Pursuant to actualization of the development goals, the Joint Committee on the SDGs of the National Assembly, in partnership with the United Nations SDGs Action Campaign, organized a briefing session on addressing inequalities in Nigeria. The meeting had in attendance high-level stakeholders, including policymakers, civil society leaders, the United Nations system, international development community, the academia and media, amongst others, to discuss the challenges posed by multidimensional inequalities and the roles parliaments and other stakeholders can play in addressing them under the SDGs framework. The dialogue was centered on Goal 10, Reduce Inequality, and aimed to address the imperative of reducing inequality in Nigeria by redirecting the attention of policymakers and implementers of the SDGs to the core principles of strategic development. In her goodwill message at the gathering, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs, Princess Adejoke Orelope-Adefulire, disagreed with the positions held by many experts who lay emphasis on Goal 1, No Poverty, as the most significant of the 17 global goals. She argued that Goal 10, Reduce Inequality, is the most significant due to its cross-cutting and transversal nature, which makes it crucial to the overall attainment of all the SDGs. The inclusion of a standalone goal on addressing inequalities means that the SDGs understand the multidimensional manifestations and implications of inequalities as a major development challenge of the 21st century. Addressing inequality, therefore, is a major step towards eradicating poverty, hunger, diseases, and creating equal access to education, healthcare, and inclusive development for every person. Princess Adejoke Orelope-Adefulire further stated that to be effective in their roles as partners in driving the SDGs, the legislature at various levels need to be abreast with the causes, manifestations, and impacts of inequalities, as well as current data, program, and partnership aimed at addressing inequalities in the country. She pledged the resolve of the SDGs office at the presidency to continue to be at the center of coordinating efforts at strengthening the policy, institutional, and financial arrangements needed for the successful implementation of the agenda in Nigeria. In their remarks, the National Assembly Committee's chairman on the SDGs buttressed the established to tackle inequalities in Nigeria. They stressed to develop legislative actions and strategies for addressing inequalities at national and subnational levels.
While we support our women partners, even here in Nigeria, we have about 8 senators in the Senate. They are women. They came under the same circumstances as men. They just tried what they need to do. Just do the needful. And I believe that there's no specific agenda or plan to deprive a woman from anything. It's just that maybe men take advantage of them, that they are weaker sex. That is it. So I urge women to even get the support of other men to achieve these goals. While I also support that there should be a regulatory and institutional framework, because we know they are weak.
In his briefing, the United Nations Global Director of SDGs Action Campaign, Michelle Toomey, commended Nigerian government for their outstanding leadership role exhibited at the African continent and efforts towards domestication of SDGs despite the challenges of insecurity faced in the country.
With the adoption of the SDGs, we are seeing yet again a demonstration of political will on the part of the government of Nigeria and the Nigerian Parliament in setting up institutional frameworks and a multi-stakeholder approach to domesticating and implementing the SDGs. The National Assembly of Nigeria has been a shining light amongst parliaments across the world in engaging with the SDGs. The formation of standing committees in both chambers of the parliament is a best practice, which we as the campaign are very proud of and have been promoting globally. Nigeria is also chair of the African Network of Parliamentarians on the SDGs,